What is up, all my leafers out there? Thank you so much for joining me on this magical journey that I'm going to go ahead and take you on today, ladies and gentlemen. So, we have released a comic on SEER Comics platform. It is the revamp comic of Uriel and Goose. We did launch our first edition of it in 2018, and we revamped it, and I'll go ahead and show you what that's looking like. But I'm just going to go ahead and take you through Senior Nova's platform a little bit, get you kind of acquainted with what they got going on, because it is just an amazing website. They put together a great website, so definitely kudos to them. And I would definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and check it out. So from their landing page, enter their universe, and then so I'm going to go ahead and log out here because I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is to register and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go to register. You do need to register before you can see any of the comics. If you don't have a account, when you go to look at the comics, it'll ask you to register. So you might as well just do it straight away. So there is two different kind of memberships that they're offering at this point. You get your basic free and then your enhanced membership, which is $10.99 per month. So you just go ahead and select, your basic free membership for now. If you'd like to check out Uriel and Goose, it is under the free section, so I would recommend just making it a free account for now, and then if you do really enjoy the site, then go ahead and get that paid subscription. So it's just basic information, terms of service, all that yada yada. So go ahead and make your account really quickly. It's very simple, very easy. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Alright, we are all logged in. So I'm going to go to the comics section first, and then you're going to get a good look at all the different comics that are available here. As you can see, this one's coming soon. So there's not only is our comic up here in the free section, but there's also a ton of other comics. I would highly recommend you guys check out these other comics as well. I'm going to go ahead and just show you one of these. This is called Arc Alpha 1. So as you can see, moving through, and I hope you guys can hear that because I can hear it through my headphones. When you turn the page, it's so cool. Even when you turn the page in this digital comic, you can hear the page turning. I just thought that's really cool, and I'll show you some other really awesome features when I get to our comic. So like I said, there's a ton of other artists that are on this platform. All these guys, so this is actually a paid comic. So some of these are free, some of these are paid. You're just gonna have to click on them just to find out exactly which ones are which. But I would recommend just checking these things out, creating a free account, check out all these comics, as many as you can, and get a feel for what's going on with this website. So I have to give a big shout out because Sierra Nova, they're doing so much. Not only creating this platform, this website, but they also created something called the Indie Revolution. And what that is a collection of all of these indie artists, and not just comic book artists, but also filmmakers, musicians, basically anybody that's a creative, that's an independent creative. They're trying to get everybody on the same page, on the same platform, and create a one-stop shop for independent artists. If you are an independent artist, you could probably already guess why that's an awesome thing. Strength in numbers. That's basically the long and short of it. Having a website where all of these indie artists can come together and have one solid place where a single viewer can view tons of different content, not just their own content. It just helps a lot more with visibility, and just having the support of other indie comics and creators around you, sharing resources, sharing networks. It's a beautiful thing. So I do have to give them a very big shout out for that, and definitely look forward to more of the indie revolution coming up, and I hope you guys jump on that indie revolution train as well. And you'll be hearing a lot more from us about that as we move forward. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into our specific comic right now, Uriel and Goose. As you can see, that's the cover image. So like I said, there's a lot of cool features to this website. They did such a good job just making this comic really different and fun to view. This is a really cool plugin for their website that they enabled here. And it's just really cool, and I'm going to show you why. So like I showed you with the other comic, as you flip the page, you can hear the page flipping. That's freaking awesome. Not only that, but you can actually adjust the perspective of the comic. So it's kind of like the comic is sitting on your lap. So even though it's in a digital format, it's a three-dimensional comic that works like a normal comic would. So you can go ahead and flip the pages with these buttons, or you could literally flip the page yourself. It's responsive. Really cool, in my opinion. I think that's pretty awesome. Another really cool feature is that you can zoom in pretty far into these comics if you have trouble reading the dialogue or the text on these comics. So that is a really other cool feature to it. So I'm just going to go through the different features, the different buttons on the bottom here. Autoplay. There you go. It's going to play through the comic at its own pace. For me, it's a little fast. I probably wouldn't be able to read it that quickly. But if you do have, you know, a comic that's more images, more splash pages than text, hey, that might be cool. You can zoom in here, and here's the table of contents. So it's just going to enable you to see all the different pages. You can jump to whatever page you'd like. If you maybe read till page 5 last night and then you kind of logged off, you can just go back to where you were without any muss or fuss. And then there's a different kind of viewer here that's going to show you all the visuals of the pages here. And then here is the handiest little plugin that I would recommend that everybody do for us, and that is the share button. So you can go ahead and share it on all these different platforms. I would love it if you guys could share our content as much as possible, not only for us, but for the other indie artists that are included within this website. So if you share this link from this website, people are going to be able to come and see our book, but not only that, they'll have access to all these other books. And, you know, again, it is a great thing that we're building here. So we're happy to be a part of it, and we want to share that with everybody that we possibly can. There's some of these books that will enable sound, so you'll have this comic in the background. You have the comic, you're reading it, and then there'll be, maybe for different pages or just throughout the whole comic, you'll have a soundtrack that's going. And I think that's another awesome thing that we're gonna try to do with some of our other comics in the future as well. So look out for that. This is just obviously the full screen, to make it full screen. So I'm not really gonna mess with that because I like it just the way it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of that, and then let me just show you a little bit of the comic. So again, this is the revamp of our 2018 edition of Uriel and Goose. We went in 2018 and we made a comic that had been written for quite a while. So we just kind of put the pen to the paper and got it all down. But looking back on it now, we were like, oh, there's so much that can be improved about this comic to just make it that much better. Because the script is so amazing. It's so funny. Every time I look at the script, I cannot stop laughing at different parts. So we really want to highlight and just make it, we want to make the visuals match the script as much as possible. So I went in and I revamped the entire comic. And as you can see, just from the first page, if you reference, you can go ahead and go to our website here, NEWLEAF Comics. I'll go ahead and go through that with you guys as well. But you can go to our website and you can reference the old comic compared to the new comic, and you can see all the different improvements that we've made over time, in only a year's time at that. So I'm going to go ahead and flip through some of these pages. Like I said, you can go ahead and zoom in. It can be a little tricky sometimes, so just make sure you're kind of staying zoomed out when you turn pages, but you can also, turn the pages with that. Anyway, so like I said, you can adjust the perspective if it's, kind of viewing weird at some perspective. I kind of like it at this angle a little bit. Kind of makes it feel more real, more like a real comic to me. But anyway, so I recommend zooming in as far as you can on most of these, because we do have a lot of hidden like Easter egg kind of things in the background, and little things like this, little like humorous jokes that kind of just deepen the humor of the scene and things of that nature. So I would go ahead and just take your time while you're going through this comic. Don't just kind of flip through each page, because like I said, there's a lot of Easter eggs, there's a lot of funny little things here or there. that will apply in the future, or just be, you know, funny one-time kind of jokes. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to the next page here. This page is actually one of those pages where if it was very high resolution, you'd be able to see this kind of inside joke that we got going back here. On Webtoons, you actually be able to see it a lot more clear because the format is just a lot different. So it'll be able to kind of support these panels, one single panels at a higher resolution. So if you are a Webtoons fan, we are going to be on Webtoons by the end of the month, so you'll be able to see it in a Webtoons format, and you'll be able to see, or you'll be able to look and see all these background inside jokes a little more clearly. I apologize for the blurriness at this point in this website, and our website's the same, and that's really just to save on file size. If you have the file too large, it slows down the speed of the website, and nobody wants that. So that's kind of the method to the madness right there. So as you can see, like I said, this thing is in full color, and it just looks so much more beautiful than the original. And you can just see it's so much more lively, just much more well put together. So this is actually just the first introduction scene. So it's 12 pages, including the inside cover and the cover image, and then 10 pages of full comics. You have this intro page that used to be done a lot in comics, and it's not really done too much anymore. I mean, it just depends on the company and, you know, the artistic design of that specific comic. But we love these. We love these intro scenes, these intro splash pages where you can just, you know, kind of give the viewer a taste of what's going to happen throughout the book. This first issue is entitled Grocery Grocery. It's part 1. There's actually 3 parts to this, which would be the first 3 issues of the comic Uriel and Goose. We have 12 planned, so these first 3 will be free comics. They'll be through the free section. They'll be on Webtoons. They'll be on our website as well. So we're going to be hitting a lot of different platforms with these free first 3 comics, 3 issues, I should say. And then after that, we're going to be doing a lot of crowdfunding to help continue this comic and fund more projects as well. So what I would recommend is you guys sign up for this free membership, take a look around at all the different comics that are available, read our comics, stay tuned for the next chapter, the next scene. There's actually 15 more pages to this first issue that should be out very, very soon. So definitely stay in touch with us and keep looking for that next scene that'll be coming up really quickly. So again, gotta give a huge shout out to SEER Nova Comics, because not only do they provide a really cool platform for indie comics, they also provide something called the Indie Store. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out really quickly. And as you can see, I'll zoom in here just so you guys can see it a little better. There's merchandise here from all the different indie artists that have participated, and lo and behold, you have our merchandise right here. So we actually have merch. If you do want to support us in not just reading our comics, if you actually want to own a piece of Uriel and Goose, definitely check out the Indie Store. Check out our merch. It's a typical price for a shirt. It's very, kind of normal pricing for a shirt. It's a lot of different options for the shirts. And these are drop shipped straight to you. So you buy the shirt, pick your size, buy the shirt, and it gets shipped directly to you. So it's really, really awesome that they've created, again, not only this comic platform, but also an indie store where all these different indie artists can sell their merchandise. And they've actually enabled them to sell merchandise. Like, we wouldn't have made shirts. We wouldn't have had merchandise for sale if not for SEER Nova Comics. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome for all the work that you do. This amazing website. It's so great. And obviously continue to follow them. They're going to be doing a lot of big things. They have a whole bunch of titles that are coming out as well. So I would definitely look at their books and just check out their website. Support the Indie Revolution, #Indie Revolution, and just check out all the work that's being done by all these awesome creatives that are on the come up. So all of us are all working towards the same kind of goal, and that's just to have some kind of success in this industry, and by working together we can definitely make a bigger and much more substantial dent in that goal than we could separately. So again, I just want to say thank you guys. SEER Nova Comics, Indie Revolution, we out here. So really quickly before I end the video, I'm just going to go ahead and show you our website, because we do have our own website as well. So this is the landing page for our website. As you can see, there's a lot of artistic design that goes into our website, all having to do with Uriel and Goose, because that is our primary comic at the moment. You can go ahead and hit any of these links and they'll send you to our Facebook or Instagram. You can email us, talk to us, tell us what's up. We have some videos kind of on this landing page as well. You've probably seen them if you are on our Instagram or our Facebook already, but we will be definitely updating a lot more stuff. So we have a couple announcements that are coming up, so I won't make those announcements in this video, but we also I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and go back. We are going to be launching something called the Sketchbook this year. The Sketchbook is going to be concept art for all of our series that are coming out in the future. So it might be something that you won't see for maybe a couple years, but you'll be able to see the concept work building up towards those things, those titles. So definitely take a look at those, because we have our superhero universe that's going to be emerging here pretty soon. Like I said, 2019 is going to be focused more on Uriel and Goose, and then we actually have another comic, Revamp. If you followed us in the past, or if you followed us, since the beginning, we do have a couple Ride or Die fans out there. Thank you guys. You might remember A Journey Through Time, written by Nate Burgos. We are revamping that comic as well. So it was good. It's going to be 10 times better now. So we look forward to doing that comic and providing that comic for you guys, and we just hope that you guys support that comic, and when it comes out, we'll let you guys know all the information. But just do the same thing: share our content, like, share, visit SEER Nova, all that kind of stuff, because that will most likely be on there as well, under the free section. So we'll let you guys know when that comes around. But my main point in taking you to our website was just to kind of show you around a little bit, show you kind of what we got going on, and then reference this original version so you can see, like I said, just the improvements that we've made over this year's time. So this original comic, that was the cover, was all black and white. And as you can see, it's just much more rudimentary. There's a certain style to it that I was going for, but it's definitely kind of the stage one of of our artistic journey. And Uriel and Goose, this revamped edition, as you can see, it's just much more in depth. It's colorful, it's lively, it's the next step. It's much improved. So like I said, I just wanted to show you guys, you can reference the old comic, the original comic, if you'd like to, just to see just how much we've improved in building towards issue 2 and 3 of Uriel and Goose. We're going to keep this same vigor and liveliness and intensity moving forward. So just want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for sticking around so much for this, or so long for this video. I would recommend hitting up SEER Nova Comics ASAP, adding it to your bookmark section of your, it's right here. Adding it to your bookmarks, and just stay active on this website. It's an awesome website. There's going to be tons more indie artists that are coming along that are going to add to this website. So just stay up with them. Check out SEER Nova on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere that social media is found. So thank you guys again for sticking with us, and we look forward to turning over a new leaf with you. Later, guys.